Welcome to the Coin Lady channel. And stories like XRP suddenly recovers 4% are commonplace on our network. We have found trigger, most likely. Of course, the reality is that XRP is simply following Bitcoin's price movements. Let me just demonstrate at the opening of the clip. The Litecoin price of XRP for the past week is displayed below. Watch. Here is the same chart, this time for Bitcoin. You may quickly switch between the two sides. Seems a little too simple, no? Close enough to interchange words. So there is no wizardry or magic involved. For the better part of the last week, prices have been moving at a breakneck pace. Yes, the value of XRP has fluctuated wildly and unexpectedly. Totally agree, although the general downward trend in crypto has been a little discouraging. This is the kind of action that many of the analysts I keep tabs on have been saying was likely to happen, as I've noted several times recently. So, you can't say you were shocked to learn that. Unless you really aren't paying attention, though, that's totally fine. But I'll tell you what, there's a different use case for XRP that I've been considering more seriously than ever before, as a hedge against the debasement of the US currency. I don't think there's enough evidence to suggest that crypto is completely independent of the Federal Reserve's policies at the moment. There is ample proof that the price of XRP, Bitcoin, or any other cryptocurrency reacts to Fed actions, but that doesn't change the fact that I couldn't care less about them. I enjoy that my XRP is not governed by the Federal Reserve System or any other single entity. Also, I've grown to appreciate that more and more as time has gone by. The United States dollar has been steadily losing value, and I don't see how it can continue to serve as the world's reserve currency at this rate. Unfortunately, I don't think this is something that will ever be resolved. In addition, the daily press is full of stories like America's savings are about to be eviscerated by inflation, which describes the country's plight as it urgently strives to pay off its debts. But there is something I need to clarify before we go any further. I come from a completely monetary background-free background. You should not buy or sell anything based on anything I say or write because I am not giving financial advice. Just a hobbyist here that occasionally posts films to YouTube on various crypto-related topics. At the time this was made, XRP was trading at 46 cents, down 2.7% in the last 24 hours. At $27,691 USD, Bitcoin has dropped 0.45%. You managed to bring the asset class market cap down to $1.18 trillion, with Bitcoin's share of the market at 45.6%. And now it seems that our greed has returned, at least temporarily. The Crypto Fear Greed Index is currently located at 56. The thing is due for an update in around 2.5 hours. I wouldn't be surprised if that item went down a little bit, but it's important to stand back and look at what's really going on in the crypto world. The best. Specifically, during the past week or two, we've seen a negative trend. Not as exciting as a rise, but I did find this tweet from the Bitcoin Archive account interesting. Hello, it greeted us. Good morning, coffee emoji, smiley face, blah blah blah. Then, I concluded in writing that the bear market had ended. They want to know why Bitcoin is falling in value. And there's a laughy emoji next to his smiley face. That's understandable, seeing as how the Bitcoin price chart on your screen dates back to the start of the year. As a result, I thought I'd take a moment to highlight that sometimes it's worth taking a step back and evaluating what truly has been unfolding because it's extremely positive. The price has increased significantly, but not in a straight line, as you might think. The FTX crash in November of last year marked Bitcoin's low point. We won't be returning to those tiers unless a legitimate wildcard event occurs. Not in this market, not ever, not ever. I can't imagine what may motivate us to act in such a way. It would have to be an extreme long shot. Simply put, I don't see that happening. When I initially started dabbling in cryptocurrencies in late 2017, I was intrigued by the concept of Bitcoin and crypto in general because one of the earliest known uses of the technology. Okay, so I guess I do get Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if you read the white paper, is a decentralized electronic cash system whereby users share transaction fees. Yeah, I get it. But it followed the craziness in the banking industry, with banks failing and runs on the currency. So, the case for having something outside one's control has always appealed to me. That has always piqued my interest. When I first started dabbling in crypto, I wasn't quite sold on the idea. I needed more time to give it some thought. Look at the evidence from all sides. As of the end of 2017, then, and I'll just add that the more time goes on, the more convinced I am that this is a crucial aspect of crypto. So, as I've mentioned many times before, though it may have been a while since I last said it, people value even just that fact, which is why crypto will never die out. And being digital and decentralized has many benefits that people like. If it's a cryptocurrency that's truly independent of banks, governments, and other centralized entities, then it's decentralized. Knowing and trusting the code is essentially all that's needed to ensure that the core characteristics of the object under consideration will remain unchanged. Other than that, I get that things might change through time, but the idea that a single authority could seize power and destroy everything like we see with fiat currency is completely foreign to me. You examine the nature of currency, for example. You examine gold's nature, in particular its relationship to fiat currency. Humans and the free market both contribute to the fact that gold has a measurable value. The dollar is a peck of fiat currency for a reason, by the way. That's because they serve a useful purpose. They're mostly trust mechanisms. People can put their faith in a wide variety of things, including the monetary system. For example, there is no need to have the price of gold pegged at anything stable in the economy because gold itself is not supported by anything. The US dollar is not backed by gold or any other commodity. And still, it has people's faith. Gold is often regarded as a reliable investment. Having a trust system for gold or fiat currency but not for a cryptocurrency is illogical. Likewise, having a trust system for a cryptocurrency but not for something artificial, something created by man, a decentralized cryptocurrency, is illogical. Therefore, they don't believe it when people like Warren Buffett say that it's all a bunch of crap that will eventually cancel out. They have the improper framework for value. These are unique qualities that can't be found elsewhere. For this reason, virtual currencies will most certainly not disappear. So, I'm already really pumped about XRP and its actual adoption. It has a wide variety of applications and is quite quick. Therefore, it is technologically superior to Bitcoin and may be used immediately after purchase. Therefore, it is the superior payment cryptocurrency. In fact, it's liquid to the extent that cryptocurrencies can be considered liquid in 2023. It's a niche market, but when you consider all the possible applications, and then put on top of that the reality that more and more people will eventually share my views and maybe yours, you begin to see the potential. I'm aware that there are some that don't, but I believe the majority of us do. However, the assumption that it is something outside the scope of governmental control and degradation is problematic. This is yet another reason why I enjoy using XRP and appreciate the increased visibility it provides. And unless things drastically change, I don't think the US dollar will be the reserve currency forever. However, I don't think we'll be seeing it anytime soon. American savings about to be eviscerated by inflation as US desperately attempts to pay debts, according to a recent story in the Daily Hodl. BitMEX co-founder and crypto industry veteran Arthur Hayes warns that Americans' savings are in danger of being wiped out by an impending wave of inflation. As the United States loses its position as the world's economic leader, he writes, the financial markets will fragment into competing blocks rather than give way to a new hegemon. Hayes claims the government will go to great lengths to develop crypto and other assets rather than prevent capital flight as the dollar's dominance in global trade declines. And that's the case as it is with the devaluation of the currency in the United States. Most of the wealthy people among us don't maintain a large amount of cash on hand. So they are the ones who will suffer the least as a result. They also possess other real estate assets. You can envision stock indexes and related matters. Those at the bottom of the economic ladder are the ones who don't invest even the smallest portion of their income. It is, in fact, cold hard cash. It's the same as giving them an additional tax. When you consider what inflation actually does to the currency and how it causes the dollar to lose purchasing power, you can see how this may be compared to a tax. Therefore, it has the greatest direct effect on those people. So at least you're paying attention, and you know that you should only keep as much cash on hand as you truly believe you'll need in the event of a crisis or, heaven forbid, the loss of your job. Having genuine investments in diversification into different asset classes makes a ton of sense, but I hope you listeners out there are smart enough to recognize that. This includes crypto for me as well. Despite the extreme instability, this is where humankind has the best chance of realizing its potential as a species. Even if I got into crypto in 2017, I still think that way in 2023. But I think this quote is really on point, so check it out. The West cannot tolerate a widespread diversion of funds to alternative investment options such as cryptocurrencies or overseas stock and bond markets. You, the reader, are the exit liquidity they require. We have racked up enormous debts since World War II, and now it's time for inflation to eat away at what little wealth you had. The U.S. dollar's status as the world's reserve currency would also inevitably collapse in the event of a widespread capital flight. Also, I'd like to take a moment to clarify that despite what I've just said about the U.S. dollar's status as the world's reserve currency, I'm not making a forecast about when it might be replaced by something else. This something else could be cryptocurrency-wise. But in any case, the piece goes on. An additional statement by Arthur Hayes is included. A free flow of capital is essential to the form of capitalism practiced in the West, therefore strict limitations on financial transactions are out of the question. Still, if the West gets a whiff of an impending capital flight, things are likely to get uncomfortable and difficult for those trying to withdraw funds. If my argument holds, you'll begin to view the changes in financial policy enacted by many of the world's leading powers in a new perspective. Gold and cryptocurrency will be central moving ahead. They are not partial to any one nation. They are immune to the devaluation policies of a central bank that prints money to support a faltering economy. Finally, as countries begin prioritizing their own development above being dependent on the Western financial system, central banks in the global south will diversify the ways in which they conserve the proceeds from international commerce. Increasing gold allotment is the first option being considered. Bitcoin is the most secure currency ever developed, as it has repeatedly demonstrated. Quote, at least some nations will begin to wonder if it is a viable alternative to gold as a savings vehicle. That's right, and I think it sums up the situation accurately. Bitcoin, as you know, is the most difficult currency to use. Well, now we're getting into the tribalist viewpoints within the crypto realm, which I'd rather not discuss for the sake of this movie. I think it's quite obvious by now that when it comes to cryptocurrency investments, XRP is where I feel most comfortable. My go-to crypto of choice. And if I had to put my money into just one cryptocurrency right now, it would be XRP. Period. There are a ton of explanations for that. In my opinion, the potential and multiplier impact of this will much beyond those of Bitcoin. In any case, we have a huge head start on the competition. We have some familiarity with crypto due to our involvement in the industry. Because I don't see the situation with fiat currencies, especially the US dollar, improving anytime soon. I feel safer knowing this, but it's still something else that won't go away anytime soon. Cryptocurrencies enjoy unwavering faith from the public. Not that large declines are impossible, though. People will always believe that gold is gold, just like people will always believe that gold is gold. It's the same with encryption. You could say it's a trust system in which trust isn't strictly necessary. But I think you get what I'm getting at. And that's awesome in its own right. Because of this, it's safe to say that XRP's place in the cryptocurrency market is now permanently secured. It's been somewhere near 10 years. For the vast majority of crypto's existence. To put it another way, XRP has been here. That won't go away, in my opinion. This is a really scary period. This is the United States, home of the SEC and other such nonsense. But I believe everything works out for the best in the end. So, I'm simply stating that it's another area where my opinions have solidified since I first began dabbling in crypto. And this is why crypto will always be necessary. After that, more stuff is added on top. Every other use case for XRP also seems like a no-brainer to me. No, I don't give out financial advice. Nothing I say or write should be used as a basis for making financial decisions. It's all over today. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.